guys, it's Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms here in the mountains, North Carolina. Today I want to do a quick update on the solar setup that I'm working on. You know, I talked about how I'm going to be moving slowly towards trying harder to go off grid. I never expect to go fully off grid, but it's something that was on the bucket list, and it's something we decided we wanted to do. So in part one, I gave you kind of an overview. I told you we're starting off with a 1.6 kilowatt hour solar setup. I've got about 800 watts worth of paneling for it right now. I've got a 3,000 watt 24 volt inverter that I picked up for it. I've got an 80 amp charge controller, MPPT or MMPT charge controller for it, and the wiring obviously to connect all those together. What I didn't have in the first video was a battery solution. Now, battery technology is pretty wild these days because we have what has powered the world for so many years has been regular flooded lead acid batteries or gel AGM batteries, glass mat batteries, that kind of stuff. Those, while they have an advantage of being less expensive up front, have a shelf life, and especially with the wild temperature fluctuations we get up here in the mountains, the life of those batteries may be between 3 and 5 years. That's not great when you consider the cost of that and then having to replace it over and over and over again. So the solution was to try to look for lithium batteries, and that is exactly what I did. Instead of buying an AGM or liquid or deep cell battery pack, I bought a lithium ion pack. That's this one right here. This is a used unit, but it does have about 80% of its original capacity. Its original capacity was 5.7, so I'm going to guess it's right around 5 kilowatts of storable energy right here. This is a 24 volt battery pack. It weighs just under 200 pounds, and it might be hard to see in the video, but it is on rollers. And I'll go ahead and turn it sideways right now. It also has some nice features. It already has battery management, BMS, built into it, so I don't have to worry about having to come up with some concoction to make that work. I do have my trip switches here. I think these are 60 amp each breakers. You flip that on, and on the front here, we do have a nice voltage battery readout here that gives us an idea of our state of charge. Again, 24 volt system, so not bad. And on this side here, I'll roll it this way. We have the attachment here for our battery cabling, and that's going to be these. It's a regular cable setup like you'd have for a jumper. Plug that in there, and we're ready to rock and roll. So that's it. It's time to start building. I have all the components, or at least all the components that I think I need for this to get started. We're going to start off with 800 watts of solar and this setup right here. Eventually, I will buy another 800 watts worth of paneling, and then I'll have my 1.6 kilowatt system installed. And then from talking with some of you, I was originally just planning on adding and keep going with that. Now I think perhaps the right way of going about doing it is having separate systems for separate parts of the farm. This system will probably run the garage, and then I'll have another system that runs the below barns for the animals, and then finally we'll put in a third system that runs the actual house. Now, I think a 1.6 kilowatt system will probably run the garage fairly well, and I think a 1.6 kilowatt system would run the barn fairly well. For the house, I think perhaps it's going to take maybe 4 times that amount to even come close to running it. But it gives me those stages where I can affordably build a system that's not obsolete before I'm done building it. Now, I know some of you out there who are more into solar than I am have argued with me quite a bit, actually. I'm not pointing any names, Australian Prepper or anything like that, but but what I'm saying is, for someone like me who's on a very tight budget, just the cost of this battery was really more than I initially intended on investing in the entire first phase of this system. But imagine a system that has maybe 6 of these or even 8 of these set up. That's 20 to 30 kilowatt hours of storable energy. That's fairly good. Our usage here on the farm usually runs between 10 to 12 kilowatt hours a day. So that is putting us in the range now without much of a bonus, because if we have a cloudy day like it is today, that wouldn't last for very long. But this is all part of the learning curve. I'm interested in hearing what you all think about it. These batteries are available right now on several of the storable energy websites. This one I've actually got locally, not locally, but within a few hours of where I live. There's a place that sells used solar equipment and used lithium battery equipment, so I was able to pick this up with a decent guarantee. And we actually had a way of running a test on this thing on site because I wasn't sure that what I was getting was really what I was getting. There have been some complaints specifically with this model that people were buying them and they were only, reserve capacity was only like 3 kilowatt hours. So these things would then be pretty well worn. But they were able to do a test there with me when we actually went through 2 or 3, because there was one that was down in the 4 range, the second one was in the 4 range, this one was right at like 5.1, so I decided to pick this one out of the bunch. So there we go. I guess that's it for today. Again, solar is something new to me. It's a plan that we had when we moved up here. Obviously, with the way things are going in the world, it doesn't seem like all that bad a time to maybe make a move towards more off-grid and more independently stable living. So this will be an interesting experiment in that. So later on this week, I'm going to be digging the holes in posts for the solar array itself. And then sometime next week, we'll be actually installing the solar panels and putting it all together. So stay tuned. There'll be more videos on the solar upgrades and the solar setup that we're going with. And I hope you'll follow us along on that journey. Till then, though, take care.
There's always something that needs a little fixing on Farpoint Farms. Freedom is mighty sweet.